What's going on, everyone? IVG here, coach of the Houston Tyrantras, back for my Week 5 match against Alex, coach of the Kilbride Kingdras. This battle was a bit weird for me because I just got over against a loss against Krabby last week, but it's still a good match even in the end. A few Pokemon that he didn't bring that I expected him to bring. He didn't bring Superior, which would have done a lot with that contrary Leaf Storm. He didn't bring. Hold on, let me consult my. Go back. He didn't bring Blissey for because of a special defensive wall. He didn't bring Castelia, which would have done a real bunch of team damage to my team with Calm Mind. And most importantly, he didn't bring Machamp, which is a Pokemon I really prepped against for, and I thought that would have really expected to come here. Anyways, he had brought Porygon 2, Fortress, Mega Charizard X, Celesteela, Raichu, and Starmie. But anyways, let's get into the battle. First turn, I lead with Chandelure while he goes and Starmie. I was real scared if he had Scarf or not, and I didn't know what to make it to play here, but he goes into Porygon 2 turn 1. I sort of expected him to go into him, but I still went for the Shadow Ball either way because there's still damage on anything else that he swapped into. And here I go into a Muck while he swaps into Celesteela. Next he goes into Raichu and I swap out into Salamence. Here I thought switching into Salamence would have been a good play because I would have lowered Celesteela's attack and I could have gone that Infinite Overdrive Fire Fang off on him. But that wasn't the case since he brought Raichu in, and it's faster than me, so I swapped out in case of HPS. And I go back into a Alolan Muck. What he fakes on me and uses Life Orb. Then he Volt Switches. And my play here was to knock off whatever comes in, and it does like 40% to Celesteela, and then leftovers are gone. Now, from the previous play, I know that he had brought in Celesteela when I had Muck in, and he swapped out, so I decided to go for Pursuit, since I knew he might have done that. Now here I made a bad play and showed Flamethrower turn 1 when Fortress came in, and he set to Reflect. I think the better play that I should have done was knock off first, that way I can get his leftovers, knock off his leftovers off, and that way I still wouldn't have shown Flamethrower looking back at the turn. But now he goes into Raichu just to take the Flamethrower, and then he knocks me off, which takes away my Assault Vest, and I knock him off and knock him out. There he goes into Charizard X. I really didn't know what to switch in here, so I went straight for the Poison Jab, trying to get that high percentage chance of a poison. I think another good play would probably go into Salamence to get that Intimidate drop. But then again, I wouldn't have nothing to beat him against his speed, and probably would have gone swept. But I feel like the Poison Jab was the better play at that point. I swap out into Trib Empoleon, thinking that he might have gone for the Flare Blitz, but he goes straight for the Earthquake, not taking any chances against Salamence. Now he goes for the Fire Punch. I live with Focus Sash, don't get burned, and then I get a Crit Thunder, which saves me a lot against this Charizard. Now he goes into Starmie. I wasn't fast enough against him, so I go into Crazy Art to take the Skull, but I wasn't able to take 2 Skulls at once since it was faster than me. Here I go into Gardevoir while he goes into Porygon 2. I go for the Thunderbolt since it would have done a lot of damage and hit everything on his team. And then I go for the Side Shock while he goes for Toxic. But I am Synchronoids, which poisoned him back. Now this status against him was probably most crucial in our battle, and plays a whole big role against me and Alex in the battle. Next, I swap into Galvantula just to see if he recovers, and then he goes into Fortress. I make probably one of the worst plays I've ever done. I go for the Sticky Web, and I probably should have gone for the HP Fire or Thunder, but he Rapid Spins, which is something I didn't expect at the time, and I felt real dumb for doing that play. because I just thought, because one, I got killed by Rapid Spin, which is one of the weakest moves ever, and plus I didn't get any progress done. He just made the progress on me. Now here I go into Solomon's, just a revenge kill with Fire Fang, and now he goes into Starmie, and I didn't know what to switch in here, so I just stayed in with Salamence and got knocked out by Ice Beam. Here he swaps into Cell Steel, and I go for Flamethrower since knew I'd be able to predict that, and just in case. Now he brings in Porygon, and I had to swap out into Gardevoir, but he gets a free recover off on this turn. I go for the Side Shock again because I didn't check how much damage it did the first time, and then he hits me with the Ice Beam, and we both take poison damage at this turn. Now, this is what decided the battle right here. I swap in the Chandelure while he goes to recover since I knew he was going to make that play, and I carried Trick Choice Scarf. And I didn't have a reason for why I brought it in the long run, but Trick was mainly a fourth move syndrome for Chandelure because I didn't know if I wanted to bring like an extra coverage move. But I'm glad I ran Trick because this definitely had saved the match right here. I go for the Trick right here, and then he is stuck with Recover. Now he either had to swap or stay in and take poison damage, so I knew that he'd be able to swap into Starmie and couldn't take a Shadow Ball. And here he goes to Porygon 2, and I brought Psychic as my coverage move, so I was able to hit him, even if he had traced my Flash Fire, and I couldn't hit him with Shadow Ball either. So that way I beat him, and whether he went for Ice Beam or Recover, he wouldn't have beat me because one, Chandelure was status, so I wasn't going to be able to be brought down, and if he Ice Beamed me, he wouldn't have done a lot of he wouldn't be able to knock me out or the Gardevoir within the time he was poisoned. But that was a good battle and really escalated near the end, especially for what happened to me. All in all, I have to thank Alex for giving me this good of a battle, even after a tough week for me last week. But anyways, I hope you all enjoyed, and we'll see y'all next week. We'll with my team builder and my post commentary. Thank you and goodbye.